Hello students, welcome to the fourth session of sets. Before starting with this session, let's see what we have done in the previous session. In the previous session, we have done about subsets, proper subsets, superset and power set. I hope everybody remember about the subsets. So here also we are going to continue about the subset. Here we will be doing subsets of the set of real numbers. Now I hope you remember about the subset. Subsets are what? It is a part of the set that we call as a subset. Okay. Now when we are talking about the real numbers, we should recapitulate about the real numbers. The real numbers are divided into what? Rational numbers and irrational numbers. And the rational numbers can be represented in the form of x is such that x is equal to p upon q, where p and q are integers and q does not belongs to is not equal to 0, isn't it? Now when we are talking about the integer, we see the integer ranges from in negative infinity to positive infinity. We see here, and further we say there is a whole number which starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, and natural number starts from 1, 2, 3 and so on. When we talk about the irrational numbers, the irrational number are the set of what? All the real numbers which are not equal to rational numbers, isn't it? So when we see that there is a certain relationship between these all sets, what kind of the relationship you see? If we see the natural numbers, all the elements of the natural numbers are contained in the whole number, and all the whole numbers, the elements of the whole number is contained in integers, and all the integers are contained in this rational numbers or not. So what kind of this relationship we are doing? So we say that natural number is a subset of whole number, isn't it? And whole number is a subset of integers, and integer is a subset of rational number, and rational number is a subset of real number, isn't it? They are saying it. So which when we say, so we can say in other words that natural, in this way we can write it down or not. So here real number, the natural number is a subset of a real number. Natural number is a subset of the rational number. This way all the chain is there. And when we talk about the irrational number, so here t is a subset of, t is denoted the irrational number. The irrational number is a subset of a real number, and natural number is not a subset of a irrational number. Clear? And further we can say that you must have knowing that the positive rational numbers are the subsets of the rational number, isn't it? All the positive elements are present in the rational number or not, and all the positive real numbers are present in the real number, so they are the subset. Clear? Now further we move to the new part which is known as the Now here we discuss about intervals as a subsets of a real number. Real number, that is R. Now what is interval? The interval is what? Intervals are special type of subsets of a set of real numbers. And what speciality do they have? So let's consider, it says let A and B be the two distinct real numbers. Now two distinct real numbers, it can be any number where A is smaller than B. The A is smaller than B. So then we can say that the set of all real numbers lying between A and B. We say the set of all real numbers lying between A and B is said to form an open interval that is denoted by A, comma B and this curved bracket. To understand this thing better, we take up an example. That here we say that A and B, there's a bracket, so this will be open interval, and here the x is such that x belongs to real number and a is smaller than x is smaller than b. To understand this thing, so we just in place of a and b, I take it as 2 and 7. Now 2 and 7, these are the outer boundaries of this x. Now here if we are going to list the elements between 2 and 7, so we will have the infinite elements will be there, or infinite numbers will be there. So it will be less than greater than 2. We can say that whatever the real numbers will include what? All the rational numbers which will be having represent in the decimals or non-decimals or whole numbers, they will be there. So if we represent it on the number line, so we will start from here. So we will be starting from when this is not included and this 7 is not included and the rest part is included. So we keep it this empty balls and empty circles on 2 and 7, and we say that this 2 and 7 is not included. So this will be the open interval, and this open interval will be written as like this 2 and 7 with this curve, and this will become the subset of this set or not. This will be the open interval. This way it will be represented. Okay, and this thing you have done in the junior classes also, that when you were asked to represent the real numbers on the number line, so you were doing the plotting or the representation in this manner. The only the thing is that the word intervals have come in this class and the rest you have done in all the previous classes. Similarly, let's take up the another example, that here this is your 2 and 5. This is if you say that all the sets of the real number, all the elements of this real number where 2 is included, and this value of x is what? It includes 2 here and it includes 5 here, isn't it? So when we take in the representation here, so we are tackling it here and as well as the 5 also. So then it is being closed. Here this is closed interval and this will be represented as 2, 5, and with this bracket this will be called as a closed interval. Clear? And here if we see that in this case, that is 2 is here, 2 is not included. So again this is open one side and closed on another side. So this 2, so here we will open it here and we will represent, and this will be closed at this point. So this will be known as a semi-open, then open from left hand side and closed from right hand side. So this will be written like this. So here this will be taken as a closed, semi-closed interval. And in the next one, if you see, so this is open from this case, this 2 is included and 5 is not included. So this will be again written as your 2, 5, and this is closed from here and open from this side. I hope this thing is clear. So these are the 4 ways. Now we take up with these all presentation, or this will be known as the finite interval. Reason we are having the closed or open interval within a certain limit, isn't it? Now when we don't have any limit, then what happens? So here we say, that is when we are taking the limit here, x is greater than 2. When we are talking about the x is greater than all the elements, so this will be here, the 2 will be here, and then we will be darkening it this way. It will be represented on the number line. Okay, this is tells you the open interval to infinity. Okay, so this will be infinity, and here if we say, so this is what we are having, this is included, and here this will be taken to the infinity, here it is not included. Clear? So this we are having the open interval, and here we will be taking, when we are talking about the open interval, this will be your infinity. The infinity will be this is a 2, the 2 comma infinity. Clear? This will be open interval, and here if it is taken as, it will be 2 to infinity, and this is a open because here what 2 this is says x is greater than 2, so this will be open. Now in this one which I have told you, so here will be what kind of the interval we will be having it. So here we'll be having 2, this side it is closed, and infinity, positive infinity, it is open. So this will be written. And now here in this case x is smaller than 2. So when x is smaller than 2, so this is what, now it will be on the left hand side, we will be drawing it like this way. So this way it will be drawn and this will be open. So here it will be written as this way will become what? So minus infinity and 2. So here it is, this will be open. So this will be written like this. And in this case it is closed on this x is smaller than equal to 2. So this will be written this way. And here the open interval on one side and close interval here. So minus infinity, and here this will be 2. This will. So we'll see here. This will be written as minus infinity to 2. So this will be as a, here you will get it. Clear? So this will be known as infinite interval. Now one more thing of this case, when we are talking about the interval, so here we discuss about the length of interval. The length of interval will be what? Number, that is b minus a will be called as a length of interval. B is what? It is the larger, the one side bigger side of the interval, and this is smaller. So how we'll calculate it? So we take up the example. Let us say that x is such that x belongs to real number. The real number, the minus 3 is smaller than, x is smaller than equal to 5. Now here it says that this is a partial open and closed interval. Clear? So we write it down that this is the smaller one. The smaller one is, and this will become what? A, and this will become B. So find it here, the length of interval. So here this will be what? A is equal to 5 minus 3. The minus 3 is what? There is a sign, that is a smaller one. So this will be taken whether it is the open interval or the closed interval, whether the two boundaries are included or excluded. But we will to find out this way, that we will be taking as b minus a, whatever the value of a is positive or negative, it will be kept like this. Clear? So it is, since it was negative, so it was taken as here, so we get as 8. We take up another example where we are having open interval. So here we are getting what? This is the open interval, it will be represented in this form, and here this will be written as minus 1, because it was taken as minus 1, and this was this was there. So here the minus 5, so here taken as plus 4. This will be your length of interval. Okay. Now if we have to represent this and the roster form, the interval is given and you have to represent it. Suppose I take it here minus 2 and 4. This is here, and this is this way it is given. Now you have to represent in the set builder form. So how you will write it down? If you see carefully, so this says is what? This bracket tells you that it is an open interval and open on both sides. So we will represent it, x is such that x belongs to real number, and here that is minus 2 is smaller than x is smaller than 4. So this way we will be representing in the set builder form. I hope the things are clear. Okay. Now we come to the last set. We have done all the sets. Now we come to the last set, that is known as a universal set. So what is the universal set? The universal set, if we say the definition, is a set of all elements of a particular context under consideration. To understand this thing, we take up the certain example, we talk about the natural number. Natural number and integer. When we are talking about natural number, the natural number starts from where? It starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And z contains what? Z or integer starts from the negative numbers to the positive numbers, isn't it? So here this natural z integer will become the universal set for natural number. Reason that all the natural number is contained in z, and from z we can obtain more different number. We can obtain the whole number, we can obtain the positive integers, we can obtain negative integers. Like this we can obtain it or not. So this kind of the things which I have, the for natural number z will become the universal set. Further we take it for natural number, the rational number will become a universal set, as all the natural numbers which are obtained, which can be obtained from the rational number. It can be obtained from the real number. The real number is what? That this will become the universal. Now to explain this universal set in a more better way, or we can say that we take up more example. Let's take up the example of the set of triangles. Set of triangles. So this set of triangles will contain what? It will contain equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle. Okay, these are the triangles there. Right angle triangle, isn't it? Right angle triangle. So these all triangles will be there in the set of the triangles. Now for the equilateral triangle, this will be a universal set. Right angle triangle, this will be a universal set. For isosceles triangle this will be a universal set, isn't it? And for the scalene triangle also. So here that we can consider that we are talking about the equilateral triangle, so we cannot go beyond a set of triangles. It cannot be taken in the set of the squares or the quadrilateral. Triangles are what? Three-sided figure. So for this three-sided figure, or we can, the set of triangles will be the universal set. If we take a polygon, so if you are taking the polygon, so in polygon that the set of squares will be there, set of rectangles will be there. So for set of rectangles, polygon will be the universal set. For set of squares, polygon will be the universal set, isn't it? So this will be called as a universal set. This is how you understand it. Now we come to further the exercise, the remaining questions of the exercise 1.3, which we were discussing yesterday, the previous session. Now we come to this sixth question. So we write the following as interval. The interval, and I have explained you how you are going to write it down, and that's all. Now the seventh question says ki write the following intervals in the set builder form. I explained you. So here you see there is an open interval. I have explained in this example here. This is the way I will write it down in the set builder notation or set builder form. So you will be doing this one, and here you see in the 8th question, it says ki what universal set would you propose for each of the following? The set of right triangles, set of isosceles triangles. What will be you will be proposing for this will be the set of right triangles will be what? We can take it as set of triangles. Set of isosceles triangles, we can take it as set of equilateral triangles also, and we are taking the set of the triangles, that will set of isosceles triangles. Isn't it? Now given set is what? A is equal to 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6 as a B, and C as 0, 2, 4, 6. Which of the following will be considered as a universal sets for all three sets A, B, C that you have to choose?